Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back. So we are here with the Kramer Focus VT, what is this thing? A VT-211S. Now this is the 2021 version. It's been around the market for a couple of years now, so you're going to see a lot of videos on YouTube covering this guitar over the last few years. Now I've only been able to find it as back far as 2019, so it may be this came out in 2019, but I have a 2021 model. Could have come out previous. I really couldn't tell you, to be honest. I only looked at so many videos to find out info about this before I thought, well, I think I'm going to buy it. But why, if it's such a bad guitar? Now, everybody has an opinion. That's the big thing. Now, I got my opinions too. And I don't think it's as bad a guitar as some people say it is, other than the fact that a lot of people have gotten some bad ones, obviously, where major fret sprout, where I have virtually nothing in existence for fret sprout. There's a couple little rough spots, but nothing sprouting. Besides, you have to let your guitar acclimate to your environment for at least a good month or two. So you need to have your humidity at between 40 to no more than 70% at all times. Otherwise, your guitars will get fret sprout, okay? And if you're over 70, well, they can start sounding a little soggy, especially acoustic guitars. But low humidity is always bad for any guitar. So, I will say this, the tuners absolutely suck. I will agree. With every YouTuber that barked, these tuners are garbage. They shouldn't even be on the guitar. But then again, they shouldn't be on the Epiphone SG, the Epiphone Les Paul, or any other guitar brand, period. These kind of tuners in this cheap of quality range should never, ever be on even the lowest end of guitars, because it doesn't give a beginner a fair chance at learning to play. They'll spend more time tuning than they will play, and that will turn them off. So please, Gibson/Kramer, grow up and put some real tuners on. It doesn't cost that much more. I mean, come on. Factory cost, with the amount of guitars being built with these crummy tuners, that means it's costing the company probably about 75 cents for these tuners, and it's probably costing them about $1.50 for the much more superior tuners that are on the Kramer Beretta, and that guitar is only about $70 more than this one. Okay, so let's do some mathematics here, folks. Companies can afford to put some half-decent tuners on. We shouldn't have to replace them to get a nice playing guitar, because this thing looks beautiful. I mean, the fit and finish on this thing is freaking nice, you know, and I love the matching headstock. Now, my fretwork on mine is absolutely great, you know, other than a couple little tiny rough edges. But like I said, I'm letting the thing acclimate to my environment before I touch that. Same as my Pacer Classic in Passion Purple. But they put metal knobs on. I mean, they kind of went all out in some areas, but really disgraced the guitar in others. Like, I mean, the humbucker pickup, as you're going to hear, for clean, I mean, it's nice. You know, the middle position, pretty nice. Neck. It's pretty nice. Now that's unclean. We'll get to the dirty stuff in a minute. But anyways, so overall though, the guitar that I ended up getting is really good. The setup from the factory, other than I think the G is out a little bit, but I could be wrong on that. It could just be the Whammy Bar system, because as soon as you even touch it, it'll throw it out of tune, literally. And yet it's decked with 3 springs. I think we need more springs there. I don't think I would set this up as a floater. I may try, but we'll see. But that also means widening the slots in the nut, because they're a little on the tight side. Even though they're really well cut otherwise, they're a little on the tight side. And if you're going to change up to a thicker gauge string, you're going to have to recut the nut slots anyways, and it's a one-shot deal. So be sure that if you're going to go to a thicker gauge than factory, make sure that you're going to stick with that gauge, because there's no going backwards again, because now the slots will be too deep. Because you do have to have the slots cut proper so that the strings sit in the slot, not on the slot. Anyway, for the tuners, I would say probably about $30, $40 set of tuners off of Amazon. I mean, I'm talking Canadian prices here. Same as the guitar, $209 in Canada at your local Long McQuaid. It is Gibson month, it's April after all. So you can get Gibson guitars, Epiphone, Kramer, and Steinberger guitars all under the Gibson month umbrella because Gibson owns all those companies. So that's how I pulled off, you know, 3 Kramers and an Epiphone this time. A lot better playing right-handed, especially 30 times trying this video. I'm getting a lot of playing in today. I gotta work on that blues pattern. Okay, middle. The action's set down so nice and low that it's relatively easy for bar chords. Okay, middle and neck. And the neck. Alright, now the reason I left the tuner on is because I figure we're going to be retuning this thing a lot during this video, so I want to double check it here. Not bad. Now, some of these tuner keys will get really super tight and it's like to get in tune, and some of them are kind of like just normal and some of them are kind of a little looser. When you back them off, a lot of slack, so they are really crummy tuners. Okay, just be aware. I mean, you're going to get what you pay for as far as the tuners go, but the rest of the guitar is great. At least this one is. Like I said, I have seen people get some really bad Kramer focuses. So let's hit some distortion here. Now, we are using the Marshall 15 watt, this is the MG15H CFX stack. So we got 2 10-inch speakers in here, and you know, we got clean and we got dirty and a couple of channels to play with. Bass, mid, and treble are all at the middle, so we're going to kind of leave it at that. But this is what you're going to get for factory sound anyways, at least with this amp. Every amp is going to sound different because speakers are voiced differently, right? So your speakers make a difference in your tone. Huge. Okay, that was bridge. This is bridge and middle. See if we can take some of that bite off. Oh, is that ever muffly? Just leave the tone control alone. Hey, middle. So it is definitely going to sound different on different amps. This is what you can expect if you have a Marshall mini stack. Okay, so middle and neck. Neck only. It works better depending on which way you hold your tongue. Let's see if we got some a little bit better distortion. We're helping the cause in here. Oh, let's maybe pull back the mids a bit, pull the treble back a bit. Okay, so I suck at doing that, right? My buddy thinks I'll actually be a better right-handed player. Because I have more wrist control. I'm not so yeah on steroids, you know what I mean? Just I feel so restricted, you know, because I'm not as free moving. Alright, so let's check our tuning. So E and A definitely have a habit of going down, going out a little bit. Oh, still out. The E, high E on this, by the way, really stiff tuner. Okay. So, Whammy Bar. The intonation is kind of out just a little bit. Anyway, see what the Whammy Bar does. And you can't push it down too far. There's like 3 springs in there, and I think they got the claw like buried. Okay, see how far that is now. Ooh, the E is like way up there. A is up a notch. Notch for D. G is down. B is way up. And the E again is up. So yeah, don't use the Whammy Bar. At least not until you get a proper setup done. Which, I'm not even bothering with this thing until I can afford a new set of tuners for my Beretta. Because I'm going to put a set of, probably I'm thinking Geiger tuners on the Beretta. I had a set on my Gretsch, and man, I love those things. especially with a 24-to-1 turning ratio. They were really nice. So yeah, I'm going to upgrade the tuners on the Beretta. And those tuners are actually really good and really stable. So they're going to go onto here. It just means I got to bore the holes out, because these kind of tuners, by the way, so crummy that they are, have ferrules instead of nuts and washers. So the ferrule is about an 8mm. So you need the proper tools to actually bore the hole out to 10. So I would recommend getting yourself a tapered reamer and bringing it out to about, say, usually about 9 3/4 is a good spot with the reamer. So on either side of the hole, okay, you got to do both sides. Don't just try doing it on the one side and going to 9.5 and thinking, oh, let's take the 10 and bore it down. No, you don't do that, because those reamers are flat across. So you want to get at least 9.5-ish in there to even 9 3/4, so that the reamer can actually start in properly, because it bores it out to a perfect 10 mil, which is the whole idea behind cutting the wood out of the way, okay? So I actually bought all the I have all the proper tools, because I work on guitars, my own and others. So I am going to bore out the headstock. I have no choice to put some decent tuners on there. So I am going to definitely transfer those tuners from that thing to here, and then I'll have some good tuners. Then at that time, I'll throw on a brand new set of strings, do a complete full setup. The action on this is nice. I like the action. It's nice and low, but it's not overly low. As far as neck relief goes, it's maybe, if you're lucky, 2000s out of 10. Normal is 10 for the relief. This is maybe 2, and it's doing good. You can tell there's a little bit of kind of rustiness to the strings. It's because Lord knows how long it sat when, getting shipped over here, and how long it sat in the warehouse. Because like I said, it is a 2021 model, so we don't know how long L&M actually had it in the warehouse. Yeah. And if you want to know how to date these things, the first 2 digits is the same as Epiphones. That's your year now. And apparently Gibson has switched over to the same sort of thing now too. They used to have a really nasty dating system, but now they've kind of straightened out their evil ways on that. So the first 2 numbers are your date of year of manufacturer. So this is 21, so it's a 2021 model Kramer. But I think for $209 overall, at least with my guitar that I purchased, it's really good. Like, it was really well done. Other than, like I said, these tuners are going to be the same on every flipping guitar, no matter what brand it is or whatever. They're all junk tuners. I like the maple, the neck and the maple fretboard. Very nice touch. Maple is not a cheap wood, by the way. Some people think it is, but it is not. Now there is a bit of a finish on this. It's like a satiny finish. I found that out by actually polishing the neck up on the Beretta, because it looks like there's no finish. Like, even when you feel the neck, it's like, where's the finish? Where's the protection on the fretboard? But it is actually there. It's a very light coated satin, like so light it's almost a naked neck, and but it protects it, and that's the main thing, because you don't ever oil a maple fretboard, by the way. If you do and the oil does seep through the finish, which it will through the fret slots, it'll make its way, you will wreck that fretboard, okay? Oil will swell maple up like a balloon, so you'll regret it, trust me. Not that I've ever had the personal experience myself, but others have. And it's like, yeah, sorry, you can't save it. You need a new neck, buddy. Like, there's no fixing that. But I think in the end, though, for $209, I think it is definitely worth the money. Remember, we are talking Canadian dollars. This is about $150, $160 in the US, $129 on sale at Guitar Center, apparently. How far back that was, I don't remember the date of the video. So, but yeah, I mean, you can get bad ones and good ones, but this is why you go into a store and you play the guitar first. And if that's the one that you like, that's the one that you take, because the next one in the back room in a box that you're going to take home, okay, that might be really bad. This may be your winner, that one may be bad. You know, there's like about a 1 in 10 chance that the one in the back room may be even better. But that's a risk you have to be willing to take, I guess. As far as the pickups go, the chimey, that's a standard Stratocaster chimey kind of tone, which, you know, if you appreciate that, great. I'm not too bad with it. The bridge pickup, I find it a little on the dark side. You can brighten it up a little bit by lowering it, which would probably be a good idea. But anytime you adjust your pickups, you will throw out your intonation. So just remember, you're going to be re-intonating your guitar, because, you know, the closer the magnets are, the more they pull down, and that makes a difference on intonation. Okay, and the further away they are, the less they pull, so it releases in this case if you were to lower them, and that again screws with your intonation. So you have to actually re-intonate. So make sure you always do that with a good fresh set of strings that have been at least stretched out 4 or 5 times at least, and make sure they're in perfect tune as you intonate each string. But otherwise, I think it's a pretty neat little gnarly machine. I love the turquoise color on this, which is why I got it in turquoise, because, yeah, I don't like red except on an SG. SG is the only one that deserves to be red in my world. But yeah, overall, great little axe, worth the money. If you are a beginner, it's a good starting point. And you get the best of all worlds. You get humbucker, you get single coil, so you get Strat and heavy metal at the same time, right? And if you do things right, you might be able to pull off a little bit of tally twang. But other than that, yeah, I think we're pretty much done as far as demo and review goes. Again, don't hold my playing against me, guys. I'm normally a lefty, as you know it. I am getting better and better at righty, though. So, but yeah, not bad. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do stay tuned for more, and we will be sure to catch you on the next one. See ya.